Today is today is December 19th. Basically, it was the last day of school. I'm so happy. Okay, school break started and we have 2 weeks off. Yeah, 2 weeks, and I'm literally so close to tears. Like, I really needed this. It's been a horrible week. Now we have time off and I'm super excited. I need to relax. I just want to sleep so bad. I am so happy. I have my birthday party tomorrow, so it's like, yay, we're leaving school party, early Christmas party, birthday party, just party. This week was pretty bad. There were some tests, obviously. When is there not a test? Things have just gotten so difficult. So props to me because I'm like not completely insane, but the only reason I'm not is because I have the break to look forward to. This week was because of the tests, and honestly my stress levels were actually really low. It was just the fact that there was a test. Like, I wasn't stressed about time. It was like maybe 6 or 7 just because I didn't have time to study for just about everything. School on its own was just a straight up 10 because tests every day. Family, honestly, for the rest of them, I give them like a 2 or a 3 because I can't even remember what they are, because honestly school was so high that the other ones I'm just like, I don't know, 1 or 2. I'm holding on. It's getting really hard. I guess this is like the first episode to the second half of my personal project. I can honestly say that when so much is going on, I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know if I should draw. I don't know if I should read. Like, my brain is so scattered. There are so many things going on. And I listen to music 24/7 all the time. But I think it really, really helps when everything is hitting me at once. Music does this thing where it just drains everything that might be stressing me out, and just all of it's gone. I've been listening to music so much and I've been really getting into it, and it's making me insanely happy, and I can't wait for my party tomorrow with just like music blasting and like my friends are there. I basically had like 3 songs that have been really stuck in my head, and I've been listening to them on repeat like crazy often. I think I have like top 5 songs I've been listening to a lot. First one is actually the theme song to Downton Abbey. It's called The Sweet by John Lunn. It's such a beautiful song. I love it. And the second one, Love and Meth by Korn. I'm not promoting meth or anything, but that's the name of the song. Okay. Girls, Boys. That by Panic at the Disco. I have this thing where I really, really like when the beat changes of a song. Like, the slightest thing can change and I am obsessed. I really, really like it, so there's that. How to Survive Suicide by Glass Cloud. I really like that too. Okay, you know what, anyways, there's just been a bunch of songs that I've been listening to on repeat. I actually like made a playlist. It's just been my life lately. We've heard responses from friends and other students before about how music really helps them, and like, even if they do have something in particular that they do to relieve their stress, music is on the side. I'm not going to interview a specific person for this episode just because I feel like there's a common ground with everyone. Everyone has a music or a song or something that calms them that's related to music. What else can I say about music? It's beautiful. There's no words. Music is perfect. I think I've said before that I listen to every single music genre known to man. I love it all. I think the only concerts I've ever been to actually are metal concerts. I went to One Direction like 2 years ago, I think, but after that it's just been metal concerts. Without looking at statistics and brain stuff and what it does to you, all I can say is that music does this thing and it works. It puts you in a different place or in a different mindset completely. Some would say depending on what you listen to, some would say otherwise. For me personally, I don't think it's what I'm listening to. Like, any kind of music will do it. Any kind of music, just, my mood has changed. My mood is better. Music to me, it works because it says things that sometimes you don't want to, are too scared to, don't know how to say. I don't know how to explain this. You listen to a song and it says some things that makes you literally just sit there and be like, oh my gosh, that's so true. It reaches a part that statistics and studies and scientists can't identify or can't find. Like, I don't care what you search up on the internet, what you find, or what I found in my research, I don't have a word, or I don't have a specific location for where music goes. The way it changes my thoughts and my approach on things, it's indescribable. I feel so much more laid back. It doesn't matter what I'm listening to. deathcore, it can be pop. And also what I found music does is if I'm doing homework and I'm listening to music, I do it so mindlessly, but not mindlessly in the way that I get everything wrong after. I feel like I'm not thinking about it as much, which is a very good thing, because when you think about it too much, sometimes you just like, it becomes too much and it just increases your stress way too much. There's music for different moods, there's music for different events, there's music for different times, there's music for different activities, it's always there. There are people who, when they're thinking, you know, they start tapping their pencil on, it creates some kind of beat, some kind of rhythm, and it helps thinking processes, and it just, everything flows. If everything has a rhythm, if everything has a beat to it, it's easier to follow, and it's easier to follow through with some of the things that you're doing. Like, I am forever amazed by every bit of art that mankind has been able to create. And with music especially, it's just like, how do you make something sound so good? Like, there are some songs where there are beat changes or beat drops or that I'm just like, that was amazing. Falling in Style by Glass Cloud, it feels like falling. It's mind-blowing. I love it. I give so much props, like it sounds really good. Whether it's made by a computer or actual instruments, it's still something and it makes me happy. So I'm not gonna give favoritism to any which method. I like them all. Someone has created something in their own mindset with their own intentions, you know, they wrote this song for this person, about this person, whatever, and then you hear it and have a different interpretation and a different take on it and a different understanding of it, and it becomes your own. I can kind of talk about my wow, I can't talk. I can kind of talk about the evolution of my musical taste. We've all been listening to music for pretty much our whole lives, so why did I think of this technique? I didn't think of it, it just happened. Like, you're bored, you listen to music, you find your genre, you find your song, and you listen to it a couple hundred times while you're doing something really difficult or stressful, and then it helps, and there you go. I grew up without a musical taste. I kind of just sat there and took music in. I didn't think much of it. It's like I didn't think much of it, but at the same time I thought so much of it. Like, it's just music. Just sit down and listen to it. Like, I wasn't a big fan of reggae, and I say that with the quotations because it's not that I wasn't a fan, or I was. Like, I just didn't care. Gospel music is around, and rap music too, and some classical music when I was younger. And I was like, I know I like it all, but I don't hate it all. Like, I was so blank about it. Like, I used to love all kinds of music because I didn't care, and now I love all kinds of music because I care too much. As of 4th grade, I started getting into, like, punk rock and alternative, like, just rock in general. Because I had never really listened to rock very often. Like, I listened to classics. My mom is a big fan of BTO and Journey and Boston. Like, I hear those often. And then, like, it just started getting heavier and heavier. I would sit in my room for so long listening to every single song on my phone and all the different genres and just sit there like, wow, music is too awesome. I don't want to leave any of it behind. And I remember, like, before I would go to bed and I would listen to music, I just put my music on shuffle and listen to stuff. And if I noticed I missed a song or a genre, I'd be like, no, no, no. I can't do that before I go to bed. Like, I need to listen to this stuff too. Everything had pretty much been there. I was just missing the rock side of things. So, and now that's, like, literally my life. Like, I'm not gonna show them off like I have 1,000 band shirts or whatever, but they're pretty much metal. Like, these are all metal bands, and then there's Mendel Beach Market. They're Canadian, they're actually really good. Anyways, if you haven't tried listening to music while you're doing your homework or something, please do. It doesn't have to be just listening to music. You can play an instrument, you can take up playing an instrument, you can play your own music, you could write your own music, you could write your own song. This really embarrassing book. Basically, me and my best friend Milena, in whatever grade I was in 2008, we started writing songs. Basically, we started writing songs, and this is one of our best memories. Like, I still have this book, and it's all like dirty and stuff, and there's like a bunch of songs. Like, there are a lot of. Did I finish the book? Try writing your own music and then hide the book and then find it and then laugh at how weird your songs were. Try writing music, playing music. You can, like, study music, you can learn how to, like, read music. I don't know, like, just get in touch with some other form of art that says more than you can. Honestly, there's no limits to music. You can literally do so much. Just listen to it, man. And listen to things you thought you wouldn't like. I had a particular thing with metal music. Like, I was like, why are they screaming? Like, again, I'll just listen to this, but why are they screaming? And now I love it when they scream. Explore. That's insanely important. And it's not just with music. This is for my personal project in general. It's so important to explore and look more into things. Tip 3 regarding music: if you don't like an artist as a person or something, this is where it gets really tricky. When I say I like music, I like the music, and sometimes I don't like the artist. Sometimes I don't like what they do, sometimes I don't like what they stand for, but you can't apologize for really liking the music. In my journal, I'm not going to show you my journal entries, obviously. What I plan on doing is I plan on writing down songs that I really, really like, but like also writing the time intervals that are my favorite part of the song or my favorite lyric or whatever. Like, that's another tip, like, you know, kind of writing it down so you can remember exactly what your favorite part is. I do have a 4th tip: go back in time. I went to Ensemble Caprice in like the first episode, I think, and they're Baroque style, and that's like, you're looking at, well, there's a period that's titled by the music title. So when I think you're looking or listening to music, well, for me personally, it's when there's too many things going on. When you don't know what to do, try something you haven't done before. You find yourself losing control and not being able to come up with anything. Just do something you didn't think would work, do something different. I'm self-taught in a few instruments: drums, violin, piano, guitar. Like, I've never played the guitar in front of anyone. I have said before, the music is a very intimate subject for me, and I do mean that to such an extent that I am very kept to myself when it comes to all these instruments that I can play. I've never even, people are gonna watch this and be like, Jade, I never knew you could play any of those instruments. Or just be like, yeah, I don't really talk about this. I don't tell people this. I don't know. I refuse to play a whole song. On that note of being self-taught and stuff, I don't know anything about techniques. I don't know anything about finger positioning. I don't know anything about a bunch of stuff. I just know that it sounds right. I'm not super invested in it. It's a stress reliever, and this is, I guess, like a level of like the extent to which I use the stress reliever learning instruments. It's not super serious. It calms me down. Learning and finally knowing kind of how to play the instrument, I like it, and I feel proud to even know something about it. My finger's gonna be pretty strong, it's gonna sound weird, I'm gonna mute chords I'm not supposed to, a bunch of other stuff, but it sounds okay. It doesn't sound horrible, so just bear with me. I'm way too self-conscious about this. This was difficult. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at explaining things. I should have just said that at the beginning of a project. I'm horrible at explaining. Just be patient with me, especially when it comes to music. Like, it's really hard to talk about it for me because I don't know how to bring my feelings across. It feels like phenomenal, crazy, insane, cool, wicked, awesome thing that music can do. I hope you guys get it. I hope you guys understand. So many people listen to music. I'm sure you guys know what I mean, and I'm sure you guys understand what I tried to say this whole video. So yeah, just take advantage. Know that it helps in a way you probably don't know it does. But when you're stressed, when everything is too much, or when it's not so much what you think it's going to be, listen to music. And it can do and say things that your best friend, your mom, your psychologist, your guidance counselor, your nurse can't say. Actually, I have a 5th tip. Try listening to music. Like, if you come up with a really decent enough playlist, try to listen to it while you're sleeping. There are some awesome dreams waiting for you. It's such a good wake up. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye. Peace.